Facts Theory presents 8 Most Brutal Prisons. 8. Tagme Prison, Rwanda. Following the Rwandan genocide in 1990s, almost 7,000 people were pushed into a hole for 500. It is the most crowded prison in the world. There is no space to lie down and sleep. After so much standing up, limbs rot and are amputated. 7. Santi France. This prison was built in 1867. Inmates are forced to share their cell with rats and lice. The beatings and rapings are even more common than the rodents. Many prisoners, due to the conditions, get depressed and commit suicide. 6. Bahia Turkey. This prison was built in 1980. The early years at the prison have been referred as the Hell of Bahia. Prisoners were subjected to brutal beatings, stripped naked, blindfolded and hosed. They were allegedly encouraged to rape and urinate each other. In 1996, security forces killed 10 prisoners and wounded another 46, which in 2010 was considered by the European Court of Human Rights an unnecessary amount of force. 5. Bangkwang, Thailand. Inmates are fed one bowl of rice and vegetables a day, but they can buy more food, which creates an internal social hierarchy. In this prison, inmates wear shackles around their legs for the first 3 months. Death row inmates have the irons actually welded onto their legs. 4. Tagme Prison, Syria. Prisoners in this prison were subjected to medieval brutal torture. It is also known for the massacre of 500 inmates in 1980. Tagme closed in 2001, reopened in 2011 and was finally blown up in 2015. 3. Carandiru Prison, Brazil. This prison was built in 1920 and in its peak was holding more than 8,000 prisoners. It is most famous for the 1992 Carandiru massacre. After an inmate revolt, military police were sent to the prison, where they killed 102 inmates, from whom many had already surrendered or were hiding inside the cells. The commanding officer was sentenced to 632 years. 2. ADX, USA. This prison is brutal in its own way. It is a Supermax prison for the most dangerous criminals in the USA. One of the notorious features of the prison is the lack of human interaction. It drives many of the inmates to madness and suicide. A former warden called the prison a cleaner version of hell. 1. Camp 22, North Korea. It is a political prison in which prisoners and their whole families are held for the rest of their lives. The conditions are awful. The prisoners are regularly spotted with missing ears and limbs. The food is scarce and everyone is subjected to hard work, even those with injuries. Up to 2,000 inmates die annually. They are tortured and beaten on a daily basis. Female prisoners who don't submit to rape are killed.